Hello and welcome to another tutorial on Microsoft Excel Basics 1. In our previous lessons, we have discussed the introductory part of Microsoft Excel, such as uh, the general overview of what Excel is all about. We've looked at cell reference, and we discussed the three types of cell reference, which are relative, absolute, and mixed cell reference. Today, we are going to look at how you can format your text so that it looks presentable. Yes, this might not be the most important aspect of Microsoft Excel because in our first discussion, we said Microsoft Excel is used to do three things for calculation, data analysis, and creating of charts. But if you go straight to create charts, make data analysis, and calculate without putting your text and whatever your values and everything you've done in the right position, they will not look presentable. So that's where our formatting comes into play. So now we are familiar with some of the elements in Microsoft Excel that are similar to those in Microsoft Word. So we are going to just touch lightly on those ones and go deeply into the ones that are quite different from that of Microsoft Word. So if we look at this font, this place here, this is fonts, which is like different writings in Microsoft Excel. You can decide to choose any font you want. Here we have bold, which help to make your text have deeper print. Here is italics. Italics help to make your text stand in a slanted position, while the underline creates a function. It creates a line below your text. Now, that's that for now. That's just an introductory part. You can always find that anywhere on the internet. Then let's look at what borders is all about. In my first lesson, I made it clear. If you've not watched that video, go and watch that video. In my first lesson, I made it clear that these vertical lines and horizontal lines called columns and rows do not appear when you print them. They are used just to make the environment user-friendly for you. So in case you want to make the lines appear, you have to use the borders function here, the border element here. And so let me take this off here for now so that you can see what I'm talking about. Let me remove it, no border. Now, are you seeing it? Now let's come to my file here and click on print. You can see that there is no border. There is no table where that borders text is. So we want to create a table there. So if you want to create a table, you can just highlight all the cells you want to make the table and come to this point here in the font group here and click all borders. When you click all borders, it's going to give you a complete table. And in these all borders, you can also remove and add the part of the border you want. So for instance, if I don't want the top border here, if I don't want the top border, I can remove it. If I don't want the bottom border, I can remove it if I don't want it. So that's that for now. Then let's look at text alignment. Your text alignment is like positioning your text in different position. In Microsoft Word, we just have 4 types of alignment, which is left, center, and left, right, center, and justify. But in Microsoft Excel, the alignment is categorized into 2 types of alignment. We have the horizontal text alignment, which we comprise left, right, center, justify, and so on and so forth. I didn't put justify because it's not too necessary for the purpose of this lesson. The next one, we have vertical text alignment. We have top, middle, and bottom. So if you look at this, I inserted this box here to explain to you what happens when you choose each of these. Now, we have this here. This is where the alignment is located. Below it, you will see the name of the group these elements belong to. Here, you will see below is font, here is clipboard. So that's how to know the name of the group each element belongs to. Now, you can see we have, you can see here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see the alignment here. But I have decided to break them down into how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is how these 6 elements function. So we have top left. I decided to use this big box so that you'll be able to understand, because if you're looking at this little cell, except you expand it, let's say I expand it, you will not understand what is going on. So each of these text alignment depends on what you want to do. So we have top left. That means whatever you are typing in that cell, in each of these cells, is going to be at the top left side of that cell. We have top center. Whatever you type will be at the top and at the center. We have top right. It's going to be at the top. At the right hand side, we have top. We have middle left, middle center. We have middle right. We have bottom left. We have bottom center and bottom right. All are embedded into these six elements here. So that's that about text alignment. Let's assume I want to write something here. Text alignments. So for now, if you want to adjust a particular cell, you can always either row or column. If you want to adjust a column in a particular cell, you can just, or a row in a particular cell, you can just come to this point, come to the row that cell belongs to, and right click and drag. You'll be able to expand it. And then you can also do the same thing for column. Come to where that, trace the column from where the cell is located, where it intersects, and then you can expand it. Now look at this text alignment. This text by default is always on the bottom left. So we can decide to put it here. This is bottom center. You can decide to put it here. This is bottom right. You can decide to put it here. That is text. That is top right. Top right. This is middle center. This is bottom right. We can decide to put it there. We can decide to put this is center, top center, and so on and so forth. So we can see it. So each of these, in these 6 elements here, you have 9 hidden alignments inside there. So you can see now, I've been able to manipulate this and bring it to the middle center. I hope that explains it. So since the cells are very small in size, most times you may not notice what is happening, but when you print it out, you will notice what is happening. So your text alignment depends on what the type of document or workbook or spreadsheet you are creating. I hope you understand that. Now let's look at how to mesh cell. Merging of cell. A mesh cell is a cell that combines two or more cells together. So for you to mesh cells, you have to combine two or more cells together. Now, if you are merging two cells containing values, you have to lose one of the values. That is one of the rules. So before you mesh cells, think critically before you mesh cells, because it's going to pick only one value, maybe the first value in that row of cells you want to mesh. So you can see here, in this time, I've meshed this cell. I've meshed two cells together, both B29 and B30. You can see its function here. I've meshed A29 and A30. Based on this function here, I've also meshed cell D29 and DE30. I've also meshed cell F29 and G29. So your merging is combining two or more cells. For you to mesh cells together, there must be at least two cells. And one of the rules in merging cells is that before you even start typing the values, mesh the number of cells you want to put. Because if you type and try to mesh, only one value will be picked. For instance, let me mesh this present and absent so that you see. Come to this place, merge and center. I see merging cells only keeps the upper left value and discard other value. When I click it, you see that's only pick present there. Oh, sorry, I've not shown you where to merge. If you want to merge your cells, you can just come here where we have merge and center, merge and center. You can see we've meshed that cell. And remember the rule of what merging is all about. Now let's look at your text orientation. I've done something here. If you want your column to fit according to what you've typed, go to the head of that column and double click it. It's going to expand according to your text. I have to double click it here. Your orientation tells you the angle in which your text should be displayed. Now, if I want my text to be counterclockwise, I'll make it this way. If I want it to be angle-clockwise, make it this way. If I want it to be vertical, I make it this way. If I want it to rotate, I make it this way. If I want it to rotate down, I make it this way. Now, this is the place to choose. You can choose angle counterclockwise. You can choose angle clockwise. I think I've mixed the two up here. This is supposed to be angle counterclockwise, while this is going to be supposed to be this is supposed to be angle clockwise. No, angle counterclockwise. This is supposed to be angle counterclockwise. No, this is supposed to be angle clockwise, while this is supposed to be angle counterclockwise. See the arrow here. Sorry for that confusion here. So where the arrow is pointing tells you where the text should be facing the angle. Here, the angle clockwise is facing diagonally down, and we have vertical text. We have rotate text up. You can see it's rotating it up. Rotate text down. Now, in some documents, you will see something like this. In a document where you have so many columns and you hardly have space, it is advisable to either use the headings that has rotate text up or rotate text down. So it depends on what kind of content you will have following that heading. For instance, if you have a heading like sex, where they will be writing male and female, instead of writing it the normal horizontal way, or instead of writing it horizontally, it is advisable that you put it this way so that it will economize space. Let me put this, you see, that shifted from that point to this point to help to economize space. So that is that for noun. Okay. Now, I made mention of borders. There are other ways you can create your table. Let me use another sheet so that you can see. There are other ways you can create your table. You can highlight a range of cells and come under my recorder is not allowing me to see. Okay, format as table. You can see we have so many different types of tables here. You can choose any one you want. And you can see it's telling you what range, from this range to this range. It has locked it. You can see it. Then you come under where you have column 1, put the heading there, column 2, put the heading, and so on and so forth. So these other places here, these other elements help you to format your table elements. So for now, let's go back. There's another thing that is very important, which you need to know. All of these function here, we have font, alignment, and number fall under cell formatting. So you can always press your Ctrl+1 and you will go there. You can see we have number, we have alignment. Here we have the orientation, which we've discussed. We have the text alignment, we have the vertical alignment, we have font, we have border, you have fill, we have protection. And so we've not talked about number. Now under number, you see it here, we have the types of this help this help you to put a specific type of data. For instance, if I want to put type date, I would rather prefer using the date format here so that Excel recognizes it as a date. If I just type date like that, in some cases, let's assume I put 16/11/2022. Excel might change it to 16 November. So to avoid that, you need to choose the date format. We have long date, we have short date. If you want to write time, it's better to always choose time format, percentage, fraction, scientific, number, and we also have text. You can click on more number formats. Just the same way we click Ctrl+1. Now there's another one, text format. If what you are writing is in text, it is advisable that you choose the text format here. So general, usually Excel will always put you on general. That's the default. So if you are writing number in particular, you can decide to choose the number of decimal places. You can also use 1000 separator, which will help to separate, put comma in each thousand. And here we have currency. This one help you to put currency, all the currency in the world. If what you are typing is all about money, instead of typing, for instance, naira all the time or dollars all the time, you can select the number of cells and columns or rows that you want to always put the naira sign, and it will show, or the dollar sign. So let's assume, let's come here now. Let me assume, let's say amount. So I want from this column here, from that point to this point, to have a naira sign. Press Ctrl+1 here. I'll select currency, Naira. Decimal places, do I need decimal places too? Now you can see, let's enter 500. Are you seeing it? 200, 300, 400. So you can see, since I have selected the type of data I want, I don't need to enter the Naira sign. So the same thing works for your date and time. Let's assume, let's test what I just said, 16, 11, 90, 92. Let's see. Oh, sorry. 16, 11, 92. See it. It's not even recognizing it as a date. But what if I delete this now and say dates? Let's take it from here. F2 to edit. Dates. Let me highlight from here. Press Ctrl+1 and go to dates. Now, under date, you can select the format of date you want. So once you selected the format of date you want, even though you put it in words or in figure or turn it anyway, it's going to appear in that format that you have selected. For instance, we have Wednesday, 14 March 2012. We have 2012 followed by the month, followed by the date. We have this one, 14 March 2012. So these are different formats. So for now, let's say I need Wednesday, 14 March 2012. And let's see what is going to be done. I want to put 16/11/2022 and see what is going to be. You see it? So all these things help you to format your values the way you want. So I can still Ctrl+1, I can still change it to another pattern I want. You can see it has changed it. So that's the beauty of it. So it depends on what you want to do. So if what you want to do has a specific category, it's advisable that you select the type of data you want to impute. It will help you in your calculation. And any other thing you want to do. Let's assume I want to enter time. We have different time here. You can see 13:30, 55, that's 24-hour time. We have 13:30, 55, we have 13:30. So you can always choose that. And then we have date here. This date, I wanted to show you something. You can always change the formats. We have DD. DD stands for dates. You can decide to put 1D, month, MM. You can remove 1M. For year, if you want only 2 figures to show in the date, in the year, you can just remove it and enter. So if I type 16/11/2002, are you seeing it? So that's the beauty of your type of data here. We have different type of data. We have number you can explore. Now let's assume you want to type a phone number. So many people find it difficult. You type 08027036039. Okay, you can see it has shortened it has removed the 0. By conventional standard, this thing is the same thing as adding the 0 because the 0 means nothing. It's still the same. But for Excel to understand that that is what you want to type, it is either you type it as a phone number or you use a format that will allow you to impute that 0. So under general, you cannot impute. So I can just add my string here, this string, and put my 0 and press enter. It tells Excel that no, don't remove this 0. This is a text. Excel is looking at this as a text. You can also do it, let's say Control plus 1, come under text and click on it. Let's say 08027036039. You can see it, something like that, 396. So you can see that. Now let's take another one. Let's assume we are calculating percentage now, and we want 10%. Okay, this thing is still in the normal format. You see why it's very important to change the type of data you want. You see, I've forgotten that I chose Naira sign here. I wanted to put 10% here. So let's assume I want to choose percentage here. Oh, where's my percentage? Okay. Oh, my battery is running low. So we will call it a day here and we continue from the next time. Thank you and see you in another video.